That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Bucket's like party or this is badass. Matt Pitt behind the glass.
Yo.
Tommy and Kang. We got some stuff planned for you tonight. We also got some free content on the I don't know, this is kind of a weird way to do things. We have a member stream right after this. This will count for February. We'll get back to that. A YouTube member stream, all right? But we wanted to be a little bit fair. So that's something we're always going to do because it really, depending on the type of membership you have, whether it be Twitch or something, it's going to unlock. There's gonna be different stuff for Twitch subs than there are for YT subs and things of that nature, because there's just really no other way to do it.
Right.
This is the way we're gonna do it. But we decided if you want to listen to the audio of the member stream, you can show up right after this stream, and we could probably
anyone can.
Calls. Anybody
right?
can. Anybody can listen to the audio. If you want it visually, go into the community tab. We're going on right after this. So, and there could be stuff like this. There could be game streams that are member stream on Twitch, and they're going to have access to it. So,
yeah.
You just keep that in mind. What you could do to avoid all these problems is get every membership. Buy them all! Get them all today! I'm kidding, but if you want to, I'm not going to stop you.
Collect them all.
Collect them all. It's like Pokemon. And then you got a lot of rank. If somebody clicks on your thing in the Discord, then it's like, oh my god, I'm a really big Tommy C fan, and all your friends will think you're cool and not a big loser. So yeah, we're going on right after this. If you want, you visually, you can get it here, and then we'll also show you what in their member stream, and they're very hit or miss. You know. Oh, there's the beautiful Amanda. How are y'all doing? Well, Boogie has announced, I have not watched the video, but strangely, I had been talking to him, and this didn't come up once. By the way, shout out to Craig Beckett, who is, I think he's about to earn a rank up. He's been hanging around a lot more in the Discord. He needs to hang out more. And he actually did the, oh shit! Is that, what did those messages say? Oh, that's funny. Okay. It's a. Hey.
That. Oh.
I wonder if. Well, I was wondering if it's that. If that's Hub.
No, it's not. It's Brick, Tommy.
Idiot.
It's Brick. It's fucking Brick. Yeah.
What a dipshit. You know, those spamming. You know, we could take away your membership and shit. You know that, right? So, your little pet is starting to fucking bite back. This has happened.
Yeah.
Brick is. Well, here's what I got to mention to y'all. Enjoy Brick while he lasts, because he's getting on my fucking nerves.
Yeah.
And
yes,
he did the first thing when he got on my nerves. I wanted to suspend him for a whole week. And the first word out of his mouth was, "But I'm a Patreon." And there's a rule in the fucking Discord. There's a rule in the Discord that that's not an excuse. Let me read it to you. Let's see. Discord rules. If you're just making everybody fucking crazy and ruining their experience. But here's another thing. It's one thing if you ruin somebody else's experience. It's another thing if you ruin mine. Let's see. What is this? Maybe we should put this on screen. Oh, why not? Let's see. I have really good rules. Do not disrespect fans or admins. when they're telling you to cool off. Do not target specific people because of abuse. Banter and jokes are fine, but be careful not to overstep. Basically, what that means is we're not going to consider every fucking off-color joke abuse. But if somebody tells you, if the mod has a problem with it, maybe he fucked it up, you got to cool off. So just, we're not trying to police absolutely everything. But if somebody's like, I don't know, fucking, how should we put it? If somebody's, if you won already, stop. Okay. If mod tells you to cool off, saying this is rule number 3. If a mom's saying to cool off, saying you're paying for Discord is not going to be an excuse. It's not. Here's a rule that I added. Mods will treat you with respect. And they are not to fucking argue. That's one thing you lose the ability to fucking argue. In the free server, which you can see right below, anything goes, including abuse. Abuse is encouraged in the free server. Do not post links to shady websites. I think that's a bad rule because what's a shady website?
Fish scam, anything like that.
No fighting, no cry bullying. Again, it's kind of a reiteration of fucking rule number 2. I don't care if you fight, but if you fight to the point where it's irritating everybody, then just if mods tell you to stop. Just stop. Try something else. Do not ask for rules. That is no longer necessary, I guess, right? Oh, no, it is because known fuckhead is earned. You can't buy it. So you see those green ones are known fuckheads. I did get rid of a few of them because I don't know who the fuck they are anymore. They've changed their name 50 times. So some known fuckheads have been eliminated. Like known fuckheads I know them. Do not ask for money. That's a good one. This is a good rule too. Tommy C may ban you for any reason if he sees fit without explanation, up until including not liking you.
Yes.
Get it, Brick? Actually, I don't dislike Brick. I actually don't. Now, if you want to do this all for free, go to the free server and be a jerk off. I actually screened for free. No, somebody else did. I know this is copyright infringement. Attack of the Clones for free. Didn't I not? Wasn't I a nice guy?
Yeah, no.
For somebody who never saw Star Wars. I made them. I literally made them watch Attack of the Clones. What a jerk off, huh?
I was kind of I was really surprised that it
out
just.
of there.
I was like,
After that, we watch Cats.
Yeah, nice.
You might do a cat stream one of these days.
Yeah, that'll get a lot of views.
This is a wonderful rule. Playing a lawyer after a mod takes an action will get you banned. Yes, it will. So if you like, well, he didn't do anything, didn't do nothing, that's annoying. It's really fucking annoying, and you're interfering. Let that be up to me. And that's it. Look how much people like the rules. Look at all these things right here. I don't know fucking what the fuck they are. I'm going to put one in there. A beer. There you go. Now it's original. We appreciate the enthusiasm. Wait a minute. What did that say? I want to put a beer in there. The reaction is not bad because there's too many reactions. See? People love the fucking rules. Yeah. They love them. They love them. So tonight, you can listen to the member stream. God knows what's going to happen, especially with my mood. I plan to quit smoking at the end of the week. I'm probably going to disappear over the weekend completely because I can't deal. I'm going to try to quit smoking, so I'm going to be very ornery. A lot of video games, a lot of sleep, and I'm going to demand sex. I've already demanded it today, and I'm going to demand it all weekend just so I can pass the time over. I think you can do that when you're married. Can you demand sex when you're married? I demand.
I think
for the sake of our marriage. Put out. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing cringy about that, right? Oh, thanks so much. Untitled, $1. Can we get a raid stream this, my boy? You know, here's the thing about the raid streams, all right? I love doing them. I absolutely fucking love doing them. And the kids love them, too. The problem is nowadays most of you guys are on phone. So when we go to the next raid, it's just too difficult for people to flip back and forth. The other thing is, at least I haven't figured out. I really haven't figured out a good enough thumbnail or title. It's been almost a year since we've done a raid stream.
It's been more than a year.
Yeah,
we haven't done one since I've been on the news.
Yeah, and you've been on a year now. I think about them all the time. I'll be honest with you. But it's difficult. Maybe I could do something, like put something in the raid chat. And another thing, it doesn't attract that many people. You know, maybe I'll put the Indian guy in the next one and fucking. It's not like he got me a lot of hits either. Like, Jesus Louises. I mean, we're not even cracking fucking 200 now. It's kind of slow if you haven't noticed. And I'm pretty dependent on things popping.
Yeah.
The problem, things are popping. There's no reason to do a gimmick stream.
Right.
I would love to do one. It's just like they're fun. What we do is we go into like Minecraft servers and kids and just like, but you know, and the thing is, if I'm only pulling 100 or 200, you know, they're fun. If you remember back in the old days, but I mean, God, he had a much bigger audience than me. They used to do Operation False Hope with Keemstar, and it was fucking fantastically funny. The only thing is we don't do the false hope part. I think that's actually against the rules now. Operation False Hope. But we just go in there and say a bunch of stupid things like your election was rigged or fucking crazy stuff and see how people react. And most of the time the kids are just fucking over the moon because there's like 2 people in there watching their Minecraft stream.
Yeah.
Funny. It's funny. So let's get up to date on Boogie's legal issue. Already can tell his camera's crooked. And I also want to point out that his arcade one-ups aren't anywhere near as cool as mine. He only has one. He only has one fucking lit marquee. That would be the Star Wars, and it comes with it. I built mine. Jesus Louises. So let's listen to Boogs, and I think I'll parlay this into y'all. Put one in chat if you want to have Boogie on Chopping the Point. It's about time he came on, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So. I guess I can't make any jokes about him or he won't come on. See what we can do. See if we can get him on there. All I got to do is tell him, let's talk about our feelings.
The real stuff starts at 256, by the way.
All right. And he did a lot of jibber jabber.
Yeah, a lot of like
Star Wars Meg. Star Wars Meg
yeah.
cuts out the jibber jabber. Then he put one in the chat if you like Star Wars Meg. Put a 2 in the chat. We already put 1s in the chat. False hope, LOL. Mr. B sent me. Then hey, you do the super berries on the YouTube side because I can't see them when I'm doing stuff. So if there's a big super berry,
gotcha.
Either alert me or read them out. Interrupt me.
Gotcha. What's a big one? What counts as big?
What's fucking? Today we'll do 10.
Okay.
It's going to be a slow day. Today 10, normally over 20.
Fair enough.
Yeah, here we go. Today 10. It's when does it start again?
256.
Oh, and I have to talk. Here's why we're starting so late. The Discord was down. I literally functioned through Discord, so I apologize for that. That's why we're at this weird fucking time. I didn't plan to do that. To what? Anyway,
256.
56. Okay. There we go. Ready? Mr.
Yep.
Boogs. Boogie2988. Everybody.
Yeah, I did. Should I have ever been put in that situation to begin with? No. The state, the judge, everyone obviously understood that. And if you're the kind of person that thinks that I should have gone to jail, or you've heard some of these other rumors I'm going to dispel in this video...
$10. Here's your super berry. Well, yeah, we meant super berries YT, not Streamlab. But thank you.
Yeah.
Those all. These I read. These I read.
Yeah.
The other one. Send me money. It's been slow.
Please understand how wrong you are about me. That the prosecutor, that the judge, that my lawyer, that everyone involved knows how wrong you are and made a decision based on how wrong you are about me. And if you were wrong about this situation... maybe you've been wrong.
Wrong about everything. Come on, Boogie. I think you can make a compelling argument for him going to jail.
You think so?
Yeah. Do I want him to go to jail? Absolutely not. But yeah, you can make it like the law violations, danger. There's the kids. There's a school near the place. Blah blah blah. There's a million reasons. Do I want him to go to jail?
He goes into it and says he wasn't actually in a school zone.
Oh, he wasn't in a school zone.
That's what he says.
Yeah, but he was in a residential area. So I mean, the school just makes it. It's like I admit that's kind of like Yeah, but I think you can make a compelling argument. Should he go to jail? Absolutely not.
No.
Nobody got hurt. This guy was fucking on his ass, but no, that's really unresponsible, irresponsible actions with a firearm. Now, I'm sure. Do I want him to go to jail? No. Should they let him go? I'll even go this far. The only reason I think he's been prosecuted is because he was a fucking YouTube celebrity. I think they would have I don't even think they would have handed this district attorney any other way. Right. Because what happened is all his fucking, Wings of Redemption, weapons grade fucking haters put pressure on the DA. And we've learned, we used to have this really great lawyer. We had a shot from the point lawyer. He was fucking fantastic. YouTuber law. He's kind of disappeared. I don't know what happened. And he basically told me the DA works like this. They prosecute cases that are going to further their career, and they let go of cases that are further their career. Or they let go of cases that won't further their career. So everything's about furthering the career. Something like that. I think it was just some hillbilly. He pulled the gun. The guy was kidding. He's coming on the internet. All right, Jim, give us a gun. Come on now. I will give it to you next week. Have a nice day. Don't drink too much this weekend. I think but he's Boogie.
Yeah.
I think but no, I think you can make a compelling argument that his actions were extremely firing the firearm alone.
Right. Very irresponsible.
Just because you can make the argument doesn't mean I agree with it.
Right.
But no, I think so too. What he should have done, I'll even go as far as this. He should have chambered some rounds, let that guy scream. Let that guy scream his head off, call the police, say one thing behind the door: if you enter this residence, you will be shot.
Yeah.
And
don't even answer the
which
door.
he never would have done. And if he did, put his brains on the floor.
Yeah.
You don't pick up a firearm unless you understand. I guess they got Castle over there, but you got to understand what it means. So yeah, I think you can make a compelling. Well, do I want it? No. Captain Penis, pee pee poo poo, we do. Penis.
Thank you, Captain Penis.
Thank you. So no, I think you can become compelling. But it's just it's more like, all right, let this one slide. And he probably got over even what he's getting now. I guarantee it. And if this happened in New Jersey, he would have gone to prison in the same manner. Absolutely going to prison. No getting out of it. Thankfully, it happened down there.
About some of the other things you think about me as well. Maybe now's the time to reevaluate, okay? That's all I ask.
Not like you got let off, Books. Reevaluate. No, you still got to plead.
Like one of the most common memes that I heard that was just completely fabricated is that I shot towards a school or I'm in a school zone. My house is not in a school zone.
Well, I fell for that too. I apologize. You're welcome. Also, penis. What was the Howard Stern show? We're much more sophisticated than that.
Keep giving us money. We'll say
Howard Stern penis. And we'll say penis is all you like.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he dispelled that. But I don't think it really matters one way or another. It's a residential area for sure. Bullets have to come down. Remember that. It used to drive us nuts when they had these stupid fucking weddings when I was into crit. And where are those bullets coming down? And that was in the desert. I mean.
Google Maps. The nearest school is miles away from me, and I was facing the opposite direction, so I didn't shoot.
I honestly think that's irrelevant either way. I thought that was true, but that was probably his haters. So I don't think it really matters much. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad he dispelled that fucking bullshit.
Well, yeah, the people like to spin everything they can.
Yeah, they're right about that. And I'm bashing Boogie here. I'm just saying.
At a school. That is just one of the many, many things that people take out of context and add to it and make believe in this crazy game of telephone where people make me out to be some bad guy and then you and other people fall for it. Do not fall for their manipulation, please.
No. You fall for it. You feed them and they take what you give them and they manipulate the audience. It's a triangle. You won't pull out of it. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
That's what's happening here. You're a part of this cycle. And that's the biggest tragedy of this whole thing. Because I got to be honest with you. I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think he's Wings of Redemption. I don't think he's as arrogant as DSP. I think he has a compulsion to answer everything. That's it. Whatever his fucking mental illnesses or what have you. I don't think he's a bad guy. I really don't think if I met him in public and said, hey, how are you doing? He wouldn't be anything other than friendly. Everybody that I ever met that met him had a great experience. He goes out of his fucking way. You know, he could be a little, like my perspective, a little distant because of YouTube thing, but you know, he doesn't know who to fucking trust. So he's not a bad guy. He's a fucking YouTube legend, bro. He's made some good stuff, and you know, it's not what it was, but who are what they were? You know, nobody. I mean, the new guys are, you know, Mr. Beast. That's it. I mean, he's kind of new to me too.
Another insane thing I heard was that I invited him here, when that was
fucking insane. Now that I would have dispelled.
The opposite of reality. I told him once he was in my town that if you come to my home, that I would be forced to defend myself. Do not.
That's being a part of the triangle. Mm-hmm. That's the perfect example. That's the triangle. He's the troll. All right, like you came. You said you came. You say you bring a gun. That attracted him. It got spun. Boop, 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 boop. That's what has to be broken. Yeah. Hey, I've done this before too. So, like, if you get really good at this, Boogie, you know when to feed them. And you can manipulate them that way.
Demon H says he literally did invite him at Tommy C. SFTP. How?
Don't come in my house is inviting him?
Shoot you is an invitation.
That's a threat. That's not an invitation. You're twisting it. Boogie was in good shape. What did he say? Let me get that.
If Boogie was in good shape...
if
Boogie was in good shape, he wouldn't get as much hate as he does. That's but in all truth, no one would know who he was if he wasn't fat.
That's complete horseshit. Boogie gets shit, not because just he's fat. That's just like, there's plenty of fucking fat YouTubers that don't get any fucking shit at all. Boogie feeds them. And he's created a market. Not unlike Wings and what have you. And I don't think he's anywhere near as bad as those guys. No, he's created a market. It sounds like, oh, lose weight, it'll go away. No, the fucking find something else. Like, who are you kidding? I'm not a fucking moron here. If you come here, come here. I'll fucking shoot you. Yeah, that's an invitation. Like, what am I, like that's the kind of idiocy that goes on in these fucking chats. Boogie was a good when he got hate us. But in all truth, no one know who he was if he wasn't fat. No one would know who he was if he didn't get picked up by Ray William Johnson and he didn't do the Francis Act. He got famous for doing a bunch of fucking skits online that were reasonably fucking funny. And then he started talking about his personal life. He shared too much. That's what he did. Give you a break because he's fat. Who the fuck cares?
If you guys have any arguments, you can come into the Discord.
Come in
and argue.
Please,
with Tommy.
Please do.
Here. Like, even if you are completely tone deaf to sarcasm, even if you are completely oblivious to hyperbole and what it is, it was pretty evident to anyone with a fucking brain that I was telling this person not to come here.
Yeah, so they're pretending to take him literally. He's right. So you come here, I'm going to fucking blow. That's an invitation. Get the fuck out of here. And first of all, I know he was in a fucking chat with Nick that whole day, that whole night, and he was fucking terrified.
Yeah.
In his mind, he thought by making a threat with a firearm, because he would be afraid of a firearm, that would keep him away. And Frank Castle, who takes risks all the time, he's thinking, I bet he won't shoot me. And I'll bet this would be an awesome fucking meme. That's what happened. Don't fucking give me this shit any other way. This is clout chasing on all sides.
Well, I think it's a sense like Boogie threatens to shoot Frank Castle, and Frank Castle's like, well, now I got it, dude.
Now I got it.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Scronum. Be funny if you shot him. I keep saying that. I can
Fair
see,
enough,
however, Boogie is fat, so is Nick. Good one. Boogie is fat. I'm not so skinny myself.
The reason I told him not to come here is because he's...
And Nick has one leg, and fucking Toxic has one eye, and
I have
fucking and Freak's Canadian. Yeah. And yeah.
Said when he did, he would make sure that it was the worst day of my life. Worse than when my parents molested me. Those were his words.
See, he thinks people give a shit. See, this is what happens with oversharing. He's talked about, I'm not going to get too much of that shit because it's fucked up, but he shared that already. After a while, when the shock wears off, it becomes a joke. It's like, people, like nobody made 9/11 jokes on September 15th, 2001. They made them around September 2006, 5, especially in Europe, right? So, like, what happens is the shock goes, it becomes a part of the story, and then they pick at it. Pick. So he throws it out there, and he thinks, like, this guy made fun of my child molesting parents and me. You're going to be outraged, because I would be outraged if I heard this happen to another YouTuber. And all it does is make everybody laugh. Well, how could they laugh? Because it's fucked. And because people generally get, that's what, like if this is the case, Boogie, no one would ever make a Holocaust joke. No one would, because it's one of the most horrible things that's ever happened in human history. There are a million Holocaust jokes. No one would debate that they're particularly nice, but you got to start looking out of the spectrum where people look at the world the same way you do. Not everybody holds your worldview. Some people are fucked, and they're not going to be shamed.
Yeah.
$10, Major Foreskin. Fuck Frank, fuck Boogie too. And once I finish this last beer, I'm going to say fuck Tommy too. Fair enough.
Donations.
Fair enough.
Killing it.
Fair enough. You're killing it, man. You are.
All over YouTube, you can find them. I'm not going to put it here because this is the kind of guy who would use that clip as a reason to take down this video. So I'm obviously not going to give him that leverage. But for fuck's sakes, man, you take threats like that seriously. Anyone would. This is a person who had been stalking me online for months, threatening me online for months. This is a person who, in the middle of a pandemic, got on a plane.
I'll go this far. I don't give a shit. When you fuck with somebody long enough, I don't care if he blew Frank's brains out all over his fucking front patio. I don't give a rat's fucking ass. Should he go to jail for it? Probably, yeah. If the jury went easy on him, I would have been fine with it. Yeah, I don't care. Well, you know what? I don't give a fuck. When you fuck with somebody long enough, you know, it's just like this. If it's a, you know, play stupid games, win super prizes. It's been that kind of thing. But you know, Boogie's got to like worry. Well, is this worth it? Is this gonna like what kind of fact on me? And those things didn't come into. It's the reason he's in the trouble he's in. Well, he still doesn't understand this. I don't think he has very good people around him, or he doesn't listen to him.
No, I think he has good people around him. It's like what you just said. I
don't listen. Yeah, he can't get through. It's probably part of mental illness. Man.
And there's this kind of probably a situation where he doesn't listen a lot, and then they just kind of give up. You're like, all right, Boogie's gonna do what Boogie does.
Yeah.
Like I can't stop it.
When he's pulling fucking guns on guys. But I could give a rat's ass if he shot that guy dead. I don't care. You know, because he asked for it. Did he deserve it? No one deserves to get shot for just being a douchebag in front of your house. But you asked for it. We've gone over that before. He asked for it.
Yeah.
That would have been the funniest fucking thing ever. He ain't gonna shoot me. Bah! I have a dark sense of humor, though.
I would love to see Frank Hassel's actual reaction, like internally, when he pulled the trigger, when Boogie shot that gun.
I bet it would have. I tell you what, I know exactly what it would look like. Have you seen the gory affair with the Rosenbaum?
I don't think so.
There's a look in his eyes where he knows it's over.
Are you talking about the guy who shot himself?
Yeah, no, the Rosenbaum, the guy Rittenhouse shot.
Oh, gotcha.
And I tend to believe I'm officially out of booze. Fuck you, Tommy. Everyone looks like you got to puke now. Thanks. Thank you, Colonel. I got to. Yeah, I often think that might have been a suicide attempt. He had just gotten thrown. He just came out of the mental institute. His ex-girlfriend says, "You're not staying over here." You know, let's fuck with the squirrely looking guy with the fucking AR-15. If he shoots me, so what? I'm a piece of shit.
You think Frank Hassel is in that kind of mindset? Where he's
no,
like, all right,
you're not letting me finish. That's the problem.
Okay. All right.
As soon as he shot him, it's like you see the look come over. First of all, he knows he's going to die, right? Like, you're not walking away from this. And the panic that sets in, the reality of the whole thing. And I think he would have just been panicked while he faded away and bled out. And then, only in that last moment we realized this was a really fucking bad idea. In fact, my whole life online, just fucking with people to the point where they punch me, was probably not a good choice.
Yeah.
And you're gone. That's what would happen. It would have been the same look Rosenbaum had.
Right.
Holy shit, this is real.
Flew from where he lives in Atlanta, Georgia, to Fayetteville, Arkansas, for the sole purposes of harassing
Getting you on camera.
Me in person and filming it for profit. That is not a good person. That's not a comedian. That's not a nice guy. And you combine that with the fact that this person told me that they were going to make sure it was the worst day of my life, worse than when I got molested.
I can picture explaining to him that nobody fucking cares. They're watching Frank because he's monetized, because he's willing to do it. He's willing to do what other people won't. And that's what makes it funny. They don't give a shit if he's a good guy. I mean, like, you made a reputation for being a good person, and that's what you build. You got 4 million subs on YouTube. That's not everybody. Keems often says, he doesn't really care about being the villain because he knows most of the YouTubers are more fucked up than him, but it's hidden. His evil is on the surface.
Right.
He's basically said that, and he's got plenty of fans. I know he's a little slow right now, but no one Keem will turn it around. Jack Blondie, God, Boogie's such a whiner. Like, shut up. That's a part of the problem. This whining is feeding the trolls.
Obviously, you treat that person like the mentally ill motherfucker they are.
Nope,
right?
Not necessarily.
You have to.
Nope.
And because of all of this, I was confident. My lawyer was confident. Hell, I even think the prosecutor was confident that if this went to court, I would walk away completely unscathed. That's why we got
too much of a fucking risk, though. I don't blame him for taking a play.
The deal that we got, right? Any jury who saw those videos, who saw those threats, who saw that harassment is probably going to side with me.
Unless you get an anti-gun nut in the jury. That's what I would worry about. Because you could look at what Boogie, like I said before, because Boogie probably thinks I'm fucking... You could say, fired a shot in residential area. And then if you have that mindset as a juror, like, I don't care about any of these other fucking mitigating factors. All you need is one of them. So that's, and Boogie's lawyer probably knew that too and told him, like, we got a pretty good plea. And from what I understand, what the plea is, you get expunged after a year or two. And
he explains it in the video.
He does. Okay, well, that's just great. I like that. I think that's about as fair as it can get. And I think Frank Castle will go back. Get ready, and no amount of fucking internet shaming is going to keep him from doing it. And he's got to be ready for that, and he's got to handle it in a different way, clearly. And now, I don't think he can pick up the gun now, can he? No, probably not. He'd have to actually be in a life-threatening situation, because I think he would be a felon up until the time it gets expunged. You can't pick up a firearm. I think only in, like, the most... Like, if he broke in, then you could steal your friend's firearm to fucking shoot him. I mean, like, that would be the only circumstances you could do it. General venereal disease. Boogie sucks. Frank sucks. Tommy sucks. I'm going to the liquor store. Okay, thank you, sir.
For the prosecutor in this situation to get his victory than to have that court loss, I think. That's my opinion of what happened. I don't know for sure. I'm not that prosecutor. I'm not in his head. But that's what it seemed like it happened to me. And that seems to be what my lawyer thought as well. Now, I think anyone with a brain can agree that I should have never been put into that situation. But that doesn't mean I acted properly or perfectly in that situation. There are mistakes I made, and I want to own those mistakes. I wanted to own them that day, right? I wanted to come to Twitter and say, this is what I did wrong. This is what I should not have done. And I wasn't allowed to do that because it could have made my case far worse. My lawyer told me to shut up and lay low, and that's what I've done. But Now it's over. The decision is made. The judge has signed off on it. And now I can admit all the fault I want. My first mistake was engaging with this person in any way on any level, right? The way I discovered this person even existed was by his fans coming in.
I always thought he was a pretty good drama YouTuber. He used to be able to kind of look at both ends. But then when somebody would... But the problem with being a drama tuber is you're going to get shit by the fan base, and he doesn't deal with that very well.
My stream telling me that this guy was coming to my...
His game reviews, I think, are fucking good. I think he's a fine YouTuber.
House. He was going to hurt me. He was going to harass me. And I reached out to mutual people and said, is this guy actually legit? Is this guy actually crazy? Is he actually crazy enough to do something like that? And they all told me, no, it's just trolling. It's just smokes and mirrors. He's not a crazy person. He actually won't do that kind of
fucking camera in his head when he walked up there. That'd be good.
Thing. And you know what? I made the mistake of believing him, and that was a stupid, stupid mistake. Every YouTuber I've
thank you. Now you could become a Patreon. Well, you are a Patreon.
Gets you into the server.
Discord. Congratulations.
To every celebrity, every PR person all tells me, never engage. That's rule one of the internet, I think. Never engage, right, with these type of people or people who don't like you or say outlandish things to try to get a reaction. Don't engage. And the way that they choose not to engage is by pretending that they're better than other people, right? Like, I've literally had a PR person say, you have to pretend that you're above these people. You have to be above these people. But I can't do that. Everybody.
Here's your problem. You're right. Can't get through. You could pretend you're above them and know you're not above them as a human being, too. You know, I mean, I get what you're saying.
Body is on the same level as me in my mind. I'm not better than anybody, and nobody's better than me. We're all just...
I think you're better than a child molester. Jesus Christ. I mean... his ego is just, like, fucking non-existent.
People, we're all just organisms living on this wet rock, hurtling through...
Lose that stupid belief, you know?
Space, man. I treated this person like a fellow human being. It did not have the intent.
Pointed a gun at him. Let's be real here. And he deserved it. That's fucking funny.
Ended results, and I fucked up. That was a fuck up on my part. I will not make that mistake again.
It sounds like you might, because you're saying, I can't put anybody, but that's how I get out of this shit. Ignore them. I'll tell myself, fuck that person, you know? And I actually do it.
Secondly, once this guy was in town and this guy was threatening me from my neighborhood, I should have fled. I should have left my house. I really should have.
Worst idea in the world.
I considered it, getting a hotel and leaving, but I knew I couldn't take
you could have put a landmine in the front yard and tell everybody you're still home.
Dogs with me. I knew I couldn't take all of my property with me, and I was afraid of my house getting broken into, my dog getting...
Nah, he would have never broken your house. He had a better chance of beating your ass than EDP 44. Nah, I'm better than Boogie.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know about that.
But in fairness to people breaking into his house, I don't think Frank Castle would have, but I could see like some like random fan.
Don't tell everybody you're leaving. Act like you're still home. And then Frank Castle goes to the fucking GoPro and Boogie never answers the door.
Right.
No incidents, no money. Frank actually built so much clout over this horse shit. You know? Yeah. And here's another thing. If you're a rotten person, like you're a rotten person, you still could be funny. Frank's funny.
Well, I mean, Frank Castle built a lot of clout, but he also lost a lot, too. I think he lost his channel over this.
Yeah, I'm not mistaken. Terrible.
I was afraid of that, so I stayed home, and that was a...
Major General Gonorrhea. Tommy, help me. Patty, listening to Boogie bitch and moan has me driving to drink heavily. In the south side of... Oh, I fucking closed the damn thing. What an idiot. You know why I closed it? Because... Oh, there it is. I didn't close it. I just put it over here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Drink heavily in the south side of Chicago. There's 2 different rugby teams over here fist fighting in the parking lot. I'm afraid to get out of my car. Don't be such a pussy. Join the pile on. Rugby teams in Chicago? Are you English pretending to be American?
dumb fucking thing to do. I could have found a place, even if I just had to sleep in my car, that could have protected my dog. I could have given him to a friend or a neighbor. I could have let my house get burnt down. This is all just physical stuff.
You gave me that arcade one up before it came and burned it down.
Doesn't matter. I can replace anything. My life is more important. My dogs, my friends' lives, my neighbors' lives are more important. That was a dumb thing to do to stay home. But the other reason I didn't leave my house is because I was talking to all these people who knew him. He's not actually going to show up. That's not why he's in town. He's not actually going to do that. You don't have to worry about it. He's not actually on him.
It is weird that, like, normally, and Kim used to make a living with this shit too. Fuck you, Mick. Chicago Blue, RFC forever.
RFC
really? There's like a fucking rugby team over there. Go figure. Thank you, sir. Rugby in Chicago, mind blowing.
And she's not actually crazy. He's not. Turns out they were wrong.
Yeah, like every time we've seen a person go to somebody else's house in the past, there's drama alert on them. They've gone too far. Blah blah blah. That seems to be a theme. Like they didn't do that with Boogie. He didn't get that fair shake for sure. All Boogie had to do was stay inside and call the cops. I think Frank trolled Boogie into a full-blown ego trip. Then he taunted Frank to come and said he'll. Now I see. I know a little inside stuff. He was actually afraid, and not everybody when they're afraid acts the same way. I can see how you think that, though. I don't think it's ridiculous. Brick and Nietzsche are fucking talking to each other. Holy Christmas.
Turns out they were wrong. That was, again, stupid to listen to those people. And then once this guy was on my property, I should have went back to the first thing I discussed, the first mistake I made, which is not to engage. Didn't matter the fact that this guy was calling.
Take that. I think there's a lot of things you need not to engage with.
Me every name in the book through my door. Didn't matter the fact that he was trying to pound my door down. None of that mattered.
I mean, like, let's say somebody called me a pedophile. You know, you can imagine me making a video. Can you believe this person called me a pedophile? You know, it's really awful. I have children, and I make a big, or I could fucking ignore it. And here's another thing: if I pull that fucking card too much, people are like, they'll start thinking it's funny, and then people call me pedophile all the time. That's the connection he can't make.
Yeah. Yeah, for example, Deadfree keeps sending me amputee memes. So if I ever get mad at Deadfree, it'll just cause him to send more. So I just kind of have to take it.
What's with him?
I don't know. I don't know.
Mousy ass. Yeah, well, he's been getting a little aggressive. Pretty funny. I like when he comes in and makes fun of you. I gotta be honest. He makes my fucking day.
Fair enough.
Right? I should have called 911, retreated to the back side of the house where I would have been my safest, and waited for the cops to arrive. That's what I should have done. If you were ever in that situation,
that hired mercenaries and slaughtered them in your front lawn.
That's what you should do. People have long speculated as to why I opened the door and why I went out front, and I'll tell you why. In my PTSD rattled brain, I thought this person is here for me and only me. He doesn't give a shit about.
I almost know that for a fact. Let's just put it that way. I know that sounds insane. That sounds like something I would completely tear apart, and I could, but I know it's true. I don't know if I don't know if it's PTSD or not. I don't know. I'm a fucking doctor, but yeah, in his brain, yeah. From what I knew at the time, yes, he was completely and totally and absolutely irrational. And nobody could get through to him.
Roommate, he doesn't give a shit about the random repair guy that's in my house right now. He only wants to hurt me. So if I go out front, he can do whatever he wants to me, and he'll leave everybody else alone. That was my thought process. I opened that door to protect the people that were in my house and sacrifice myself. And for those of you who know what I think about myself, who know about my personal feelings about myself, know about the suicidal tendencies I've had in my life, that should make obvious sense.
Remember, he lectured everybody for calling the police over thinking, he goes, "You just set a fucking suicide machine to my door." I love that one. That's my favorite. He's sitting there telling people he might off himself. Somebody called cops. Probably somebody didn't have his best intentions. He's like, "You said a second. I could have just drew a gun at that guy, and the cop could have smoked me." I don't know.
That's what I was thinking at that moment. However, that's not what I should have done. And you shouldn't do it either, right? Let the cops do their job and protect and serve. That's what you should do. But the biggest mistake I made, the mistake that I regret...
Didn't fucking, Menninger tell fucking Ralph this? He came over my house. What would you do, Manicure? I'd stay inside. That's what I would have done.
Firing a warning shot. You know, I had some gun training. I'd gone to the range.
Country boy, of course. Chief Warrant Officer, what? Urethra. I cannot believe Boogie spent this much time during this much of a gap to come up with this sad excuse for, I gotta fucking call it. To come up with this sad excuse for being a spurg. Frank's no better. Frankly, well. Who's this guy? He's funny. Frankly, that kind of stuff is what makes me laugh when it's so like corny. The Boogie should have shot him. Nothing would have been lost. It's kind of the way I feel. Nah, Boogie shouldn't have shot him because there's no reason to do time. Like here's the thing. If Boogie, like you say, I'm sitting there saying like, you know, I wouldn't care if he shot. I don't care if he shot him. I don't. I could fucking put his brains right in the fucking patio. You know, right on one of the fucking, I don't know, like a Star Wars fucking Luke Skywalker statue or whatever the fuck he has over there. You know, that would be funny to me, and it'd be funny. But here's the thing: then Boogie's got to do close to the rest of his life in prison, more than likely. Yeah. That's not worth it, right? It's not worth Frank's life, as shitty as it might be. It just would have been, I can't get upset about it. It doesn't mean he should have done it. It doesn't mean Frank deserves a bullet through his head. It just means that, like, good. You know, fucking good. I say it all the time. Good. Like the guy, the Indian yesterday that's a, you know, feminist ally. Good. I'm glad everybody turned on you. The girl that fucking slept with him without a condom who ignored every red flag. The guy is clearly a megalomaniac. The guy is clearly has cult-like narcissistic personality disorder tendencies. Like you have to be, all those people I found out yesterday they're in their 30s.
Yes.
Unbelievable. So if she's pregnant, good. You're totally completely irresponsible. You're acting like a teenage girl. You know, like, does she deserve it? No, she deserved to be treated like that. Absolutely not. But I mean, you asked for it, and that's when. Actually, I think if Boogie realized that's what comedy is, and if he could keep putting himself in that situation, I think things would be a lot better.
A few times with guns, not that weapon, but other weapons. You can see that on my YouTube channel. I knew that eventually there was a chance I would need to protect myself, or my roommate would need to protect us. And we prepared ourselves for that eventuality, right? I didn't prepare.
Not very well, yeah.
Enough. Too many movies was running through my brain. Yeah. There's no such thing as a warning shot. And what I can tell you is that you only pull the trigger on a...
I said that day one. You know, even down south. Well, it's down south. It's like, the warning shot... They don't want that because bullets have to come down.
It's like the fucking Dust Bowl, you know?
They arrested someone. You know, they have that fucking law in Florida where you can, if somebody threatens your life, all you have to do is think your life is legitimately in danger, and you fucking blow their brains out. You beat them to death. Look what happened with, a lot of people don't want to hear this, but even though he was a scumbag too, George Zimmerman, that kid that attacked him, he was completely within the legal right to shoot him. Moral, I'm not going to get in that. Absolutely. Under Florida law. Well, there's another black woman. They kept thinking that her husband, who had beat her repeatedly, right? And he came in and she says, I'm going to fucking shoot you. Right? And she decides to shoot the wall and spare his life with a shotgun in Florida. She's in jail right now, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And it's not because she's black. It's because the law says no warning shots. If she would have killed him, which is kind of fucked up if you think about it. Maybe we shouldn't punish warning shots like that, you know? Maybe we have to tone down the warning shot. Maybe that should be a fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because she decided to spare his life. So we're encouraging people. A lot of things, like, you know, the way I learned about gun laws in New Jersey, like, don't pull the gun. If you pull the gun, empty it. You're better off. You have a better chance in court. And there's a bunch of laws in the states like that. I bet it's not much different in Arkansas. You don't fire a warning shot. You don't put it in the air. You don't fucking threaten. You pull a gun, you point it, you shoot it. So the trick is, you don't pull a gun and you don't point it unless you're fucking, ready to go. Sergeant Schledemeyer, I can't make that one out. I was going to send another smart-ass super chat. Then you started talking about Zimmerman. I'm afraid to get canceled. Good night, Tommy. God bless Ireland and Israel. What? Okay. Ugh.
Weapon when you are prepared to kill.
Yep.
Planning to kill.
See, all right, here's a good thing. Boogie, like Boogie's watching this. He's like, I said that. Just play the fucking video. He gets it.
Or you're in a safe place to do it, like a gun range. That's the only time you ever do it.
Pretty much.
Right?
That's it.
There's a chance, however small
This is a teachable moment, fuckheads.
it might be, that someone can get hurt otherwise. And that's obviously what I did wrong in this situation. And it has fucked me up every day. Every day. I've never been able to say how much it fucked me up on Twitter, how bad I
must have been the killer.
Feel about it, how awful I feel about it. I couldn't talk about the fact that I went door to door to apologize to my neighbors and friends in this area.
I think you should have shot him right in the dick.
I wasn't able to talk about any of that. I'm glad I can talk about it now, though. We do not pull a trigger on a weapon unless we intend to kill, or unless we're in a very safe place to do that.
That's the thing. He said he prepared, and I remember with my inside knowledge of the situation, it was very clear to me before this incident happened, had this erupted, that this would have went down the way it was going to go down. I can't really get into it any more than that, because it was very clear to me that Boogie had no idea what he was doing, that he did not know the laws, he did not the situation. He had acquired his knowledge about, sort of rules of engagement. That's just a word I'm using because that's a military word, through television, and did not understand it. He understands it now. Which is unfortunate. I don't think they would have. I don't know. You live down. You think if he was like George Smith, would they have prosecuted him, or do you not know?
I'm not sure, honestly.
I'm thinking no, but
yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know. You're closer down there. You're in Georgia though. So I think they would if he was George Smith, because George Smith doesn't have an army of people that to laugh at him because he's fat.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen that situation where someone fires their gun like that, so.
We know what we're doing down there. Look, fuck everybody involved in this. Everybody say, stay the fuck home. Talk shit at distance. Corporal Herpes. Who is this guy? I love him.
There's just one guy just doing this.
Okay. Thank you, Corporal Herpes. Making it all worth it. I'm here for you.
I don't do it. You don't do it. Nobody does it. Do you understand? It's a very stupid thing.
Very stupid.
If you take nothing else from this video,
I think he means this, by the way. I think that's very insincere.
Make sure you understand that it's only for Hollywood. That's only for the movies. And who's the guy who shot that girl at church?
What?
That's like, I can't remember his name all of a sudden. I'm bugging him. It was a great fucking setup joke, and I screwed it up because the Baldwins. It's only for the Baldwins.
Oh, yeah. It's only for, yeah.
Whereas I'm glad to admit these things. Whereas I'm glad to take my lumps financially and PR-wise.
He's going to jail, I guess, huh?
And on YouTube and on the internet and everywhere else. I do want to point out that I should have never been in that situation to begin with. I have no clue how to navigate a situation like that. I wasn't prepared for that. And even if I was prepared for that, or you were prepared for that, can you promise me you know exactly what to do and you would be...
Yes. Yes. I got to be... This is I think this kind of falls into the confidence problem. There are a lot of people out there that don't know how to adult anymore. Do you think, yes, I know exactly how to handle it. That's just me.
Yeah.
And maybe he's right. Who knows? Because it just seems like nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. I don't mean anybody. The only competent people I know in my regular life are Germans. That's because I live in Germany. That don't talk. My wife being one of them. Everybody seems to talk, doesn't seem to know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah, I'm pretty competent. I could deal with the situation. I will say this. If I was in my 20s, I might have gone insane and shot the motherfucker. But that's because I was in my 20s. I was utterly fucking insane, and I came very, very close to going to prison myself. And I got lucky. And it was kind of extenuating circumstances like this. Nothing to do with a gun, though. But it doesn't matter. I remember when my father said to me when the cop came over, because I was living with my parents at the time. It was like, I was just like 20, 21, something like that. And the cop came over, served me my, what does it call it? The warrant where they searched the house for guns, right? We told him we have any guns. And he went in there and checked for guns and left. I had gotten a restraining order. And my father looked at me and he goes, you let him win. You realize that, right? He won. You lost. And boy, was that ever present when I had to fucking stand in court and the court officers were fucking with me, you know, because I didn't know what to do. And because I was barely an adult. I don't think there's even efforts to strive for it. I don't think when things like that happen to people, they take heed. They just kind of mouth the what you're supposed to say that sounds like you're taking responsibility. But I had a complete fucking like life evaluation, or like reevaluate how I saw everything. And I started to realize I still have a lot of high school in me, and yeah, I might not be afraid. I might be badass enough not to be a fear anything, but is that smart? And there's always somebody out there that's eventually going to kick your ass. I don't know. But my 30s, my 40s know exactly what to fucking do. And if I did something outside that adult sphere, I wouldn't go on and say, well, it was hard. You weren't in my position. You don't know what you would do. I would just say, this is what I was supposed to do. And it does. It makes it sound like, you know, he's trying to get people to feel bad for him. As someone with 17 years in law enforcement, the only answer you should ever get is I'm not answering questions. That ends in 99% of all cases. Yes, I'm aware of that, and nobody does that. Senior Chief Master Sergeant Penis Cream. Nobody does that. In fact, like my brother worked in a prison where there was a lot of La Cosa Nostra guys. He said out of all the fucking, they're the only ones that do not at all. Everybody else is bitching, moaning, talking about their fucking crimes, you know, like fully knowing that any of the guards could be subpoenaed to testify against them. The only guys that ever fucking didn't say a goddamn word were LCN. Like everybody else was a fucking idiot.
Be able to do it.
Guys that dedicated themselves to the art of crime.
In a high, tense, stress situation like that, most of us are going to make mistakes, right? I literally am clinically diagnosed with a disease that makes stressful situations difficult for me.
I'm sure that's true.
So, of course I was going to make a mistake there. That's why these people chose me. Because they knew I would. They knew it would make good internet, and they hoped that they would get clout and fame from it.
They did. And he gave it to them.
That's why I was chosen. At the end of the day, I've never...
He's got to listen to the people that love him and care about him. He's got to listen to him in that hard spot where whatever it is, the mental illness is kicking in. You can't just say, well, I can't help it. Especially when we're dealing with guns. You can't do it. But you don't understand. No, I don't understand from the perspective that I don't have that type of thing. It's really unfortunate that you do. I do understand it doesn't matter. You have to find a way. And I mean, that's really my Army training right to a fucking T. It doesn't matter if it's hard. It matters, like, everything's like in the Army is like, there's no grades, A, B, C, D, E, F, or for you Europeans, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's just completion. Master Chief Petty Testicle. Oh, my new username is Naval. That's pretty gay. Okay.
All right.
I didn't get that one, but you're on kind of a roll, so we'll spare you on that one.
We'll let this
Thanks for the dough too. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter all these mitigating factors. It's like, how do I get this done? And because it's go or no go. And I got used to that way. I think at first it was like, this is impossible, blah blah blah. Once you embrace it, you make better decisions. Because it's not as easy to say, well, I couldn't help it. It's pass or fail. That's it. There's no in between. It's binary. it's a great way to look at life, and it's a great way to overcome a lot of fucking stuff that's extremely difficult. Oh, and by the way, you're still gonna fail. You just got it, and then you have to learn the other adult art of accepting and handling failure.
Yeah,
and not avoiding failure, like the guys that never ask the girl out, or the guys that fail and never admit it, because then that means they never learn from it. That's it.
Never fought back for myself before, right? This was a first for me. I've been abused by bullies on the internet, bullies in real life. I've been mentally and physically and emotionally and sexually assaulted, even by my own parents, and I never really fought back. I never really stood up for myself. This was the first time I ever did that, and I don't regret trying to stand up for myself. I do regret the results. I do regret the way I did it, right? Obviously.
Standing up for yourself is a type of thing where you pick your spot. Mental illness, guns, Boogie should have done the right thing and gave up his gun license, or has he? Oh, God, he's a fucking convicted felon now. I mean, apparently they're going to expunge it or something. Yeah, he can't have a gun. I think they have a gun in the house if his roommate can have a gun, but no.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't his gun to begin with.
It wasn't his gun to begin with, yeah. You know, I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to have a gun, but I mean, guns are not for Boogie, for sure. Yeah.
But I don't regret the fact that I finally grew a fucking backbone.
I don't know if this. It's funny when he fights. Like when he sticks up for himself, didn't he get in trouble for not telling the truth about being swatted or something like that? I guess that was standing up for himself. That one had fucking tits up. This went tits up. I don't know if this is sticking up for yourself, because you could always rationalize like the times where you have to be quiet and let things go, so you don't get localitis. To rationalize this, like I'm sticking up for myself. You sound like Jesse Smollett. You know, I mean, not that this is a fake, but that was kind of his whole thing. Sometimes not sticking up for yourself is sticking up for yourself, you know? There's spots, and clearly he doesn't know how to pick them. I mean, I think he would agree with me on that.
I just wish it had played out
sad. I'm fucking
differently, right? And more importantly, I'm just glad nobody got hurt. Not me.
I'm not. So you should text me, Boogie. Like, what are crazy people thinking? Just come to me. I know, because I'm fucking insane. And just tap me. Why shouldn't I do this? Because people are crazy. This, like I could have said, why shouldn't I do this? Because this is going to happen. Why would people want that to happen? Because it's fucking hysterical. Why is that funny? You're a sick person. You know, and like, yeah, then he's like, even though I'm right.
Stalker, not anybody else. I'm just glad nobody got hurt. Thank God. Now, for those of you who made it,
believe you. I don't blame you either.
This far, and you're looking for the specifics, what the judge, my lawyer, and the prosecutor have agreed to here is called deferred adjudication. And basically, it kicks this whole thing down the road for 2 years.
Super. And
at the end of that 2 years, it's very likely to get 346'd and go away.
Is that a summit? What's 346 mean? Is that like?
I have no idea what that means.
Okay, maybe that's a legal term in Arkansas.
Not be part of my record. It'll just basically disappear.
Nice. So he hasn't been convicted of anything. So they're because he probably has a certain amount of time to get convicted of this statute of limitations. So they're just going to cut him a huge break. You're not convicted of anything, but if you do anything between now and this 2-year period, right? We're going to convict you of felony fucking assault or illegal gun charge or whatever the fuck you got charged with. I don't know. So, I mean, pretty good. And then he has to know that now he's got a target on his back, because now people are going to try to get him in a fist fight, try to get him into this, try to get him in that. And that has nothing to do with going to his house. And you have to be ready for it. Because let's say, you get a car accident or you do something crazy or you stick up for yourself, which you don't seem to be very good at doing. When you do it. It's extreme. They can actually they'll hit you with the assault charge or whatever other thing they do that had nothing to do with this case, and then they'll throw the gun charge on top of it because you didn't listen to the judge and you didn't stay out of trouble. I mean, I have a lot of experience in this department. I mean, I grew up in New Jersey. I knew a lot of guys at the time. Went to jail for doing dumb stuff. I have my own interactions with law enforcement. Thankfully, most of them were funny. You know, but there's a real lack of knowledge in how things in the world works, how things the Constitution works, how things in your state work, because everybody gets all their fucking information from television. Lieutenant Colonel 3460 is nuts. Refer to username K. Thanks, bye. K. Thanks, bye. I don't get it. Colonel 3460 is nuts. Glad you're enjoying this.
And that's the best possible outcome for all things considered.
I would agree.
We could have gone to court, but there's no guarantee.
Yeah, fuck that. This is guaranteed. All right, I think I have enough.
346 first-time offenders who plead no contest or guilty can get it expunged.
Boom.
Is that
okay? So that's probably what's going on. Yeah, all right, I'm sure that's what he's doing. Is that an Arkansas thing?
It's just an Act 346. I'm just reading from the chat. I mean,
that's the first time I've heard that. Okay, I'll take calls. And then we'll do the...
before we take calls, there was some...
Brigadier Bull Rash. I'm sorry, I'm having too much fun with this shit. Have you seen my platoon around here? Brigadier Bull Rash. Go ahead.
Before we take calls, there is some breaking news. Clown just put out his podcast.
Oh, what's it called? Oh. What's it called?
J Station responded. Its channel is...
Oh, that's going to be funny. Him talking about me to fucking Pyro.
Pyro.
I know he's watching me tonight.
Dark.
Hey, should we skip the member stream? Fuck, everybody's going to go over that. Everybody's going to... You have to be careful what you say on here because now no one's going to come. You got to use your judgment, Matt. Like, everybody's probably can't wait till this fucking thing ends.
Well, it's been out for an hour now.
Yeah, but you told everybody. You've notified. You've literally sent a notification. You can't tell them. Okay, well, we got to do that when we're things.
I just got spammed by DMs from people. I figured it was breaking
I'll
news.
do it either way. I don't give a shit. It's like I drink coffee, so you know what? I'll just have another fucking coffee and like I'm not supposed to. Oh. Demon Boy, you're on the air. How can I help you, sir?
Not much. I just Boogie's situation is just kind of all messed up. I know we can all say that, but it's like I just feel bad for like all the people who go after him. Like I like Flamenco and all, but last night he was going after Boogie for saying that Frank Castle was banging down on his door, even though that's clearly just like an exaggeration.
Yeah. Well, that's what people like that. Like that's what trolls do, and Flamenco does this a lot, by the way, not just with Boogie. If he went like they'll use a metaphor and pretend to take it literally, and I've seen Flamenco do this, and a lot of other people. He's not the only one. I don't dislike Flamenco or anything, but no, he does that. Pretend to take you literally. Pretend there's no nuance in the conversation, and like metaphor, like things like metaphors are taken literally and stuff like that. Somebody did that to me recently. When I said that to somebody recently, I forget who it was, and I was like, they obviously want blood, and I was speaking metaphorically. I was like, let's not get crazy here, Tom. I'm like, oh come on, like they're trying to beat me in an argument. I'm like, oh come on, that's clearly, what do you call that? I don't fucking know. I'm too stupid.
Autism.
Yes, it's autism. No, what I'm doing, making some sort of reference, and then that's what they do, and then Boogie makes a mistake by explaining himself. That's not to be there, and then you go, the first guy that has to explain nuance, especially if it's long-winded, loses the argument. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know why Boogie's a bad person.
Yeah, I don't see it at all.
I think he's a dipshit, But I'm friends with a lot of dipshits, so I mean,
it feels like people just go after Boogie to just go after him.
Go after him because he's never. I don't think. And I'll be honest with you. From what I've seen here, I haven't been terribly impressed. I think the behavior will continue, and he will continue to rationalize it, which is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering his situation in life,
I remember Flamenco over the summer. I made the comment that there's a pretty good chance that Chris Chan's going to get off, and I'll tell you why. He's totally insane. This is like the one case where you could probably look at his behavior, his past behavior, put in an insanity plea and walk, or at least go into a home. Usually when you get, insanity plea works, you usually go into a nut house, right? And I remember when they were going to talk about what I said on Augie's show, and then like they never got to the fucking root of the thing because he kept fucking interrupting, and they never got to play my entire message, and because it was very clear that he wanted to believe that like this is like mental illness was an excuse in this situation. Well, I don't think there's in the Christian situation there is no like what is he if he's not mentally fucking ill, And I know I'm picking on fucking him. A lot of people do this. That guy's completely insane. You could make an argument he's not responsible for any fucking action he makes. He's utterly twisted. But everybody was like, "Oh, he's a motherfucker." Well, yeah. Like, this is the one case. He can't take care of himself. I mean, he can drive a car. So what? The laws are stupid to let people like him drive. There's
videos of orangutans driving cars, and they can't.
Yeah. So I get that. I'm using him as an example. He's certainly not the only one. And it's just like, I never got this, like, they don't even know what insane is. Like, nobody knows how to do anything. Nobody knows fucking anything ever.
Yeah. I do know one thing, that the gun laws in New Jersey are whacked out.
Yeah, some laws. If you're like, Joe Frazier got in trouble with this. He was not breaking one gun law by doing something with his gun in the car, but he was breaking another one. Some of them actually contradict each other. I remember this one guy, he had a gun in his car, and his sister, I guess, did a welfare check on him. And they gave this guy 10 years. They found a gun in the back of his car. He had it legally. But by putting it in a certain part of the car, he was breaking another law. It's completely, that the Supreme Court's got to start striking them down. If they have these gun laws where if you have a gun, you're always breaking a law no matter how you do it, they got to be started. They're unconstitutional.
Yeah. New Jersey's gun laws are just crazy.
And deliberately so, and nobody bitches about it. And nobody gets shot in New Jersey, never had a fucking gun license to begin with. The only people who go to jail for gunfight, like there's two people who go to jail. People that actually get caught robbing a place armed, and jackasses that realize that New Jersey has laws that contradict each other deliberately, so you never want to buy a gun. Discouragement should also be unconstitutional. Joe Frazier got nailed with that. I think he brought a gun from Pennsylvania to New Jersey, and he got out of it because he was fucking Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
Probably had some dimes at the time, too. Joe Frazier. God rest his soul.
My mom met him once.
Was he talking funny? I remember he's saying to Robin on the Howard Stern show.
Robin.
He was when he's punchy.
He put his hands around her throat as a joke, like to show how big his hands were. That's what something she told me. She's waiting on him at IHOP. So.
Everybody talks. First of all, he beat Ali. Okay, he was never the same after he beat him. He beat Ali the first time in their first fight, and he damn near beat him the second time. Third time was not that big a deal.
I think
he's one of the greatest fucking heavyweights. He's one of the greatest heavyweights that ever walked this earth. He's just an amazing athlete. Was Ali better? Yeah, probably. But the problem is he just came along in time where Ali was a god.
Yeah.
But Joe Frazier, he's great fighter, man. Hell of a fighter. Good guy, too. Good guy. All right. Violet. Well, we don't have a lot of calls today. But, all right. They're all going to go into the,
I wonder if people are confused. It's the green room, guys. It's not waiting to call anymore.
Yeah, there's a big green dot and a telephone. Q, green room. We don't call it the waiting call anymore. Did I say waiting to call? I don't know.
No, I was assuming that people are confused because it's not waiting to call
anymore. Yeah. Well, actually, I was talking to Emery. She was all fucking confused and shit. Violet, you're on here.
It might be the Android
Violet.
glitch.
And what happens is all that shit that's locked out unlocks. Violet. All right. The fuck? Oh, they're checking if your mic works. Fatter J. Oh, fuck this. I'll just end the show. It's ridiculous. I did an hour, didn't I? Yeah, more than an hour. On Boogs. Shout out to Nani Moose, 6 months. Out for blood is hyperbole. Hyperbole, that's the word I was thinking from. Yeah, taking hyperbole literally, and it's so dishonest. It's bad faith. what is Richard Pierce, new member. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And nobody's in the queue, so I think I'm going to end it. Except Jeff Fluffman. What do you want, Huffman?
Can I have my wrench back?
Where? Where's your wrench?
You
Type in the chat, fuckface. I thought I gave you a wrench back. I swear to God. I feel like I've done this before.
I reminded you, and you said, I'll do it later. Stop reminding me.
No. Okay. I want my wrench. I want to make sure everybody knows.
Right.
You know what? Not only am I going to give you a wrench back, hold on a second. I'm going to pin this comment because I want to make sure that everybody knows just how fucking important you are. Do you feel better now?
I do.
You're the ad moderator, and I'm going to pin hockey to the top of the fucking thing. So do you feel good now? You feel good about yourself?
I do. Yeah, now I don't have to cry oppression. Because I had that queued up, so.
And the trees cry oppression!
There you go.
I hate that
Isn't
song.
that nice?
I hate that fucking song.
And here we go. Here goes the 2-minute rant.
I hate that song so much. I
You
respect
think
those
that
guys.
you think Rush would ever collab with a panda? You think they ever did that?
No.
No.
And the pandas cry oppression! Pandas. And the forest and the trees and oppression! You just hate Rush, therefore. I like Roll the Bones. Well, nobody likes all the Rush fans. I only like the stuff nobody likes. Tommy C's Musical Theater. I will never play fucking Rush, though, on my DJ moments in the server. I haven't done that in a couple days, huh?
No.
It's time to go! All right, everybody, go in the community tab. This thing continues. If for some reason you want to be a part of it, you have to be a YT to watch it, but you can go listen to it live on fucking on the stage in the Discord.
Not from the Point Radio.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna teach you a lot of you motherfuckers. Maybe I can start doing this. I got an idea before I go. It's about money. Well, I don't know. Hold on, I want to see. Okay. So you click on your little rotary thing here, right? And you go up to connections. Now I can't show it to you because streamer mode's enabled. And what you'll do is you'll see a Twitch or a YouTube icon if you're a sub, because I get a lot of these questions. I even have it like auto written out or something. Click on those and it'll bind the two. Discord's a little different. You have to go through Discord, and sometimes it takes a long time to connect. So you have to go through Discord and sync that way. All right, just to let you fucking know. All right, that's what we're doing for you. So any of these, right here, you can get it. And Dirty Secret you could boost too. Dirty Secret, don't tell anybody.
And if nothing else, you get to listen to retards argue. So
I lose money. There's a do ASMR.
You can do ASMR of me chewing a steak.
The hair on my balls is sticking up. It's sticking up. It fucking feels good. All right. It's rubbing against my underwear. It's giving me a tingle in my balls. Good job, Bob. Okay. You like that? I'll do it.
No.
You aroused?
No.
Become a member to hear more.
Fucking, I did the ASMR and fucking Matt grew another leg.
Yeah.
Get it! Get it! Yeah. So get your shit. Sign up. Become a member. Twitch here. Anybody else? Well, you get a YouTube. You can watch it. And we'll see you tonight on the membership.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, we smoking out fake identities. Okay, you cool with Jason Bourne, running with these Wolverines. Okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle.
I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
The evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me read them eagles, see you like I'm shit Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.
Shout out to my idiot fucking friends in the chat.